Hey, hey, Bethany Londyn here, day 4 of the Tachyon Rods starter course. And today is all about the Q&A. So a lot of the questions I've collected from the articles I've written, as well as the YouTube videos I've put out there. And I'm sorry about all the crazy noise outside. We got dogs, trucks, who knows what's going on over here in North Carolina. Anyways, the Tachyon Rods. Question number 1. How do the Tachyon rods work for manifestation? All right. The Tachyon rods, if you watch some of the previous modules, are really about clearing. They're really neutralizing the energy and the emotion. So when you think of, I want to bring in the most amazing relationship of my life, or I want to bring in these phenomenal finances, what we really need to do is clear. We need to clear the stuff that's holding us back from achieving that. So if I'm working with the rods, I need to clear, like I talked about, the stuff in the gap. So a lot of times what is actually holding you from achieving whatever it is that you desire is some sort of self-sabotage, self-worth, self-doubt experience. And so that kind of stuff we work through and clear. And that's what we're really going to be honing in on the Tachyonize Your Life course. And that's also why I work with multiple healers, because I can only see so much on myself, and other people might see something else. So it's really beneficial for me to work with multiple people and get all the layers. So we're going to deep dive into that. And that's why I also work with so many different spirit guides and angels to support as well. Does it speed up your manifestations? 100%. Because if I'm clearing all the energy, I'm not needing to go through as many lessons. So when you want to achieve something in your life, many times you'll often find there's lessons. Okay, so I was talking to someone the other day, and we were talking about how they've gone through these cycles of making a lot of money, then having these really expensive bills show up, and then being in credit card debt, and then making a lot of money, and then getting some crazy bills, and then being in credit card debt. And it's like just the cycle of paying it off and making money. And I guess that's part of the ebb and flow, but I don't know about you. I would rather just be way above that and not have any concerns or worries about the debts, right? So there is something there that they have not learned, that they haven't achieved the lesson on. And you might be watching this and be like, well, obviously it's this. They need to be doing this or cutting down their expenditures and no. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say no to that, but no. There is more to it than that. There might be other lessons. So that's where clearing with the Tachyon at the speed of light and just using that extra clearing aspect to rid ourselves, release ourselves of some of those lessons that might need to be had in order to get to the next result, Tachyon can clear. So how awesome does that sound? I mean, wouldn't you rather have the lessons be joyous and easy and harmonious, and like the icky, hard, frustrating ones just go out the window? I mean, I would. So that's what the Tachyon does and how it can support speed. Because when you think of your desired results, like let's say for that person I was just talking about, let's say they make a whole bunch of money. That's awesome. That is what they want to achieve, right? It's just the other aspect that comes and like stabs them in the back that is looking to be cleared. So how do they clear themselves of that? Okay. Does it help you vibrate at the same frequency as what you want? Tachyon is all about energy and frequency. So yes, it does. 100%. When you're saying, and when I'm doing the healings, I do the release first. And I talked about this in detail on the last one, on the last module 3. I talked about how you release and then you fill in. So when you fill in, you can add to it the frequency of the vibration that you need in order to achieve X, Y, and Z. Okay, what exactly are the Tachyon wands? So The Tachyon is an energy spirit. The wands are some sort of metal conductor that holds the energy of the spirit, similar to a rock. It's not a rock. You can feel they're very much metal. I don't know what type of metal, but I know that the person that provides, or the distributors in the company that provide the rods that I work with and sell, and also in reading, there's others, but the ones that I work with and sell do the majority of the Tachyon rods out there. They have gone through all sorts of process and trial and error. And yes, this is pretty much intuitive, but there have been Tachyon that has been patented. And when you look at the patents, it's all about the energy molecules of the water. So if you were to examine what a Tachionized energy looks like on water, then you can actually see the results. So if you want to go that route and you need that extra support to know that something's legit here, be my guest. I'm more along the trust the process. And plus I'm getting results, so I don't have anything to worry about it. Okay. Not worry about it, but be concerned about. I prefer to, personally, you'll see, like if you read some of the questions, you'll see that some people really need a black and white description. And the only way you're going to achieve that is with microscopes. So kind of like God, you want to prove God to yourself? And I can feel God. I can feel God energy. I work with God energy all the time, God. And can you see God? Most people cannot. And most people would challenge me on if what I saw is God. So it's all up to whatever calls you forth. When I learned initially ThetaHealing, the process of ThetaHealing, then I ended up going and doing something called Sozo. I ended up doing something called emotional freedom technique. If you've heard about the tapping. So what else? There's the body code, emotion code. There's so many different ones. And I've gone through all these different trainings. And what's interesting is that they're all pretty much the same thing in a different language. So praying versus meditation, very similar, different languages. Some people get triggered by one or the other. To me, it's whatever resonates for you, whatever word you need to use it. Use it. Okay. I may have gone off topic. Okay. Claiming to collect tachyons and direct them through your body. Is there a claim to collecting? Okay. When you get really connected to the rods, you feel them. You feel them igniting your body, and you feel the tingles from head to toe. Some people might only feel it in their hands. Some people might just feel more awake and energized. It's really going to vary per person. And as you become more and more connected, and as I shared, I think in module 1, I don't know, that the whole process I've evolved with. So every single day that I work with it, I'm learning and growing differently than day one. So, yes, I feel them through my body, and I do also direct them through my body, the energy, through my mind, body, soul, atoms, molecules. You'll see. If you haven't listened to one of my meditations, go ahead and listen to one. I don't know if I shared, I think I did. I love to just press play on the whole list because I do them for me. And I just realized other people like them too. So I started putting them on YouTube. And I have some for sale on my website as well that are on there for intuition, for increasing your intuition, and maybe some others. I don't know. Okay. Tachyon are hypothetical. That being said, they haven't been proven to exist. How can any product make a claim that they can collect, store, direct any such particle? Okay, so that really goes along with the microscopic. If you need to prove to yourself that there's a shift, you could buy different tachyon products or even crystals like rocks and just see and examine what kind of shapes that you get with under a microscope. And then you could know what works for you. Can crystals and burning sage bring you to that point of 0 point energy? Okay. They're all different. There might be a crystal out there that does the 0 point energy. As of now, I only know the Tachyon to do that. Sage, the incense of sage is a clearing. It doesn't neutralize things. It just gets rid of everything. So sage, I talk about in my book, Get Aligned Now, that sage I rarely use. To be honest, I rarely use because it gets rid of not only the negative stuff, it gets rid of the positive stuff as well. So sometimes, you know, when I'm working with a client that moved into a new home or something, or is leaving a home, they might really need to do a full on clearing because they want to come into a home and they want it to be new to them. But normally, if you're already living in the home and something catastrophic hasn't happened, I won't use sage. It's not about neutralizing. That just clears out it all. That clears all of it out. Okay, I'm curious how 2 metal rods can be so powerful. Would you recommend a book that would explain the phenomenon? Honestly, I do not know any books. And that's why I'm doing this course, because I really don't feel that there is enough information out there on the Tachyon wands. And obviously for me, they're extremely beneficial. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent so much time putting all these videos on YouTube and creating a new course, Tachyonize Your Life. And so, no, there's not. And that's why I'm here. Hopefully you're getting some benefit. Are there any health risks to using these? I'm getting a no on that. Honestly, I'm just going by an intuition for me. Is there any health risk for me? No. Is there any health risk for others in using the Tachyon rods? I'm getting a no. Intuitively, I'm getting a no. So, that's what I got for you. Intuitively, I get a no. And that's really how I'm working with these rods. I'm just intuitively going with the guidance that I get. So, if you were to carry crystals around and rocks around, would you feel that they would bring you any health risks? Probably not. Right? Okay. So those are the questions for today. Hope that supports you. Let me know if you have any questions. I will probably do one more module just to really fine tune what we're going to be doing in the course. I want to be as clear as possible so that if you feel called to it and drawn, then you're, I like to say, a hell yes. When there's something calling your name, I'm all about taking a leap. I'm all about taking the jump and no hesitation. If there's hesitation, you know, maybe it's not for you. So I'll go into more detail on the course in another video. But for now, have a phenomenal day. Thank you for being here and can't wait to talk to you soon. Don't hesitate to write questions in the bottom. And yeah, talk to you then. Okay,